Hi, Horticulture team. Happy Thursday. I am sitting on my front porch because I can, and I'm looking out at my lawn that I went through the process of removing moss, spraying for moss, cutting it out again, putting down malorganite, which is a pre-fertilizer, a natural organic fertilizer, put down lime to um, stabilize the pH levels of the soil. And then I was able to add in the Gaylord mix of seed, which has a mix of sun and shade seed because I get a lot of shade in my area. And it's popping up. The nursery seed is popping. The rye is popping right now, which is really nice because it provides some color and a little early root stabilization. And now over the next couple weeks, then the other grass seeds that are in there will start to come up to and be the dominant seeds. So anyway, that's what I'm working on, and I'm excited for because I don't know, even though lawns are one of the probably worst decisions we've ever made as a culture, they do bring a lot of satisfaction when you have a nice green lawn. So it is what it is, and that's what I'm working on. You guys today are working on something similar. It is landscaping, and it is based on some plants that you're going to use for cover. And what I mean by that is you are going to look at layering different types of plants so that throughout the season you do have some color and consistency so that, like lilacs bloom in the early spring and often around May, sometime in May, based on the weather and whatnot. And they're fantastic, and they can be white, pink, purple. They smell amazing. The bummer is they only last for like a couple of weeks, and then you're left with this big old brown empty bush for the rest of the year. So you don't want just a full set of lilac bushes around your area. You want to mix it in so that other plants and vegetation can add color throughout the rest of the season. And so that's what you're going to go over today. You're going to talk about, you're going to read about, you're going to watch a short video on layering, and then at the very end, you're going to respond to one simple question on ground cover. And there are a lot of options. In fact, and what I found to give you was 19 examples of different types of ground cover. There's a lot of options, and they don't have to be expensive, and they don't have to be high maintenance. So those are things to consider when you're looking into your landscaping unit, because remember, you're going to try to plan and design a landscaping environment. And so these are things to consider. As you're going through the reading and watching the video, keep in mind the items that I really want you to focus on. And one is the plants and materials needed for specific sizes and sites, because you can't just we would love a willow tree, but you have to have a certain type of soil. You have to have a certain type of amount of light and environment big enough to sustain a willow tree, because that is a very large growing tree. Even I see a lot of people that go buy small trees right at the beginning, and then they put them 2 feet apart, knowing that when they mature, they needed at least 6 to 8 feet apart. And so you want to do your homework before you just go put something together. So what else to keep in mind too is how to plan and use nursery plants for specific purposes. And again, those are those ones that you can use right away to provide some color and stability and good viewing. And the last part is to know how to use the calculations to do those sites. And because, if you're going to do that in the future, you want to be able to actually do it correctly. So those are the things to consider. I look forward to seeing what your response is to your favorite type of ground cover, and have a great Thursday.